the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Garoppolo steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep, and he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, 41 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Garoppolo. That's caught. And it's very quickly 8-0. Opening drive touchdown, and 2-point conversion.
Amazing nowadays for the kickers. I've actually talked with a few of them. They're more concerned about the point after touchdown than actually missing regular field goals. So maybe the coach is taking some pressure off here and just going for 2 and saying, I'm saving you for the big stuff later.
He's hanging out by the net. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 75 yards. And the Seahawks a 2-point conversion away from tying the game. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. Janikowski adds the extra point. And this is now a 1-point game. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. That's fielded in the end zone. Dances by him. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. McKinnon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Toss play to McKinnon. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Michael Kendricks in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Spot left, spot left. 95, 95. Zebra.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Look for signals. 19.
Now the former Notre Damer, this is C.J. Prosise. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Tempo.
And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step in.
Shotgun.
A 2nd down carry for Prosise. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gault. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They come out here in the eye. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Janikowski good with the extra point. And that makes this a 14-8 ball game. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
21.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
21. 11. Go ahead.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. Buying time to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Day. Busting throw to get him for a loss of 6.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Over the middle, Jerron Brown's got it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup at 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
14.
On 3rd and short, going with a tight end. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Wilson. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. C.J. Procise taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Janikowski adds the extra point, and that makes it 21-8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Garoppolo on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And the ball is knocked out, and the Seahawks have recovered. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Zebra. Front left.
Let's put that team on the clock.
Hey.
Motion.
Gotta go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Going for the deep ball. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a deep...
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. The former Seahawk and former Super Bowl MVP, Malcolm Smith, in there to sack him for a loss of 6. They will run it. It's McKissick. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now McKinnon trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the 1st half as it's 1st and 10.
14. Hey, hey.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Final play of the 1st half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Now McKinnon to start the drive. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
14, run it.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On first and 10. It's Wilson. He'll dump it off to Procise. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another.
It is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Big jumbo! Big jumbo! Big jumbo!
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and they're going to have a third down. To throw again is Wilson. He gives it to Brown, complete. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
This is Procise on the carry, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
He'll get it up the middle, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
On third and goal, Procise. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with fourth down now looming.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action. Now Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. They go play action here on first down. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
11.
On first down, Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's taken down inside the red zone, past the Seattle 15. That one goes for 36 yards. Yeah, he's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Everyone is looking for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and turn it hot. Try and get things going. Find a way to get everything kick-started. As you noted, he has their only touchdown, so he's had the most success in the game thus far.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo eluding the pressure right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, an 11-yard touchdown. And the 49ers get a score closer. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here.
65.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Pass incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that'll help him. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. I think it's intercepted.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for the Niners. 45 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll give it to him up the middle. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They run for it with Breida. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Take 14.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme. Get a little bit.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. His throw caught right around the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. They're going to try and run. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Tempo.
Wilson to throw. And his pass incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And it's the former Seahawk, Malcolm Smith. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
Still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. This is Breida. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Frank Clark in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The drive starts with C.J. Procise. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's Procise. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Gotta go. Wide, get wide. Hey, check 24, watch 24.
They'll run with McKissick. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 12 yards on the return that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that. But also, you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.